other family
Okay,
matters.
my question is there an agreement to leave the property?
No.
All right. Court next calls Kenneth Burke versus Rihanna Trice.
Yes, good afternoon, Your Honor. Daniel Relli, attorney appearing on behalf of the plaintiff in this matter.
All right, and the parties are making their ways to the table. And we are back here after several times. And I think we're probably at a spot where we're ready to proceed. Mr. Relli, are you able to see and hear the court?
Yes, I can, Your Honor.
All right. Is there any resolution in this matter?
I don't believe there is, Your Honor.
All right. And it's my understanding your client is seeking possession of the property. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. My client is the personal representative for the estate that owns the property. The current tenant is an heir of that estate, but obviously is in possession of the property. The personal representative has the responsibility to marshal and preserve the assets, and in this case, sell that property. There are a number of heirs that are entitled to a portion of that house. And so we need to evict the tenant who isn't willing to leave on her own so that the property can be fixed up, sold, and then distributed to the heirs.
All right. And Ms. Trice, is it true that there's not an agreement for you to leave the property?
We had a conversation last month, and then I've been trying to reach out to Ken recently about coming up with a resolution. He refuses to talk to me, he refuses to respond to me, but he can call me for other family
Okay,
matters.
my question is there an agreement to leave the property?
No.
All right. So what, just out of curiosity, is your proposal?
That he violated the lease agreement several times.
So what's your proposal then? Not your defense, but a proposal. Do you have a proposal?
That I would like to stay in the house. I mean, I don't understand. It's my mother's house. I don't.
Okay. All right. So it sounds like we don't have any resolution or necessarily hope for resolution. So why don't we put on some testimony?
Sure, Your Honor. I don't. But I can call the plaintiff first, Your Honor, if you don't mind.
All right, sure.
Okay.
Mr. Burke, you can testify from right there, but if you please raise your right hand, do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right. Whenever you're ready, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Burke, can you please state your name for the record?
Kenneth Patrick Burke.
And Mr. Burke, who is the current owner of the property in question on 3 1/4 Road in Messick, Michigan?
Sarah Ann McGee Burke.
And how are you related to her?
I'm her husband. Her widow.
Okay. When did she pass away?
In 2020.
When she passed away, did she have any children?
Yes. She has 5 kids.
Can you, just for the record, name all 5?
Lance McGee, Nathaniel Ward, Rihanna Trice, and Zachary Ward, and Kenneth Burke.
When your wife passed away, did she own any property?
Yes.
Can you just state the address of that property?
3085 North 3 1/4 Road, Messick, Michigan 49668, and 10901 Birch Road, Messick, Michigan 49668.
Did you file a petition or application with the probate court to open your wife's estate?
I did.
And did you receive letters of authority to be the personal representative for that estate?
I did.
You previously stated that the property in question, the reason we're here today, is part of that estate. Is that correct?
Sir,
Okay. Who is currently living in the 3 1/4 road property?
Brianna Trice, Greg Richardson, and their kids.
Have you made an attempt to reach an agreement with them in terms of a move out or a request to purchase the property?
I did months ago try to reach out to them and have them come to our agreement and fix what they did, and so far, there's been nothing until now. And she told me, and I got a message, evict me, so here we are.
To your knowledge, do any of the occupants of that house have a binding lease agreement, rent agreement, or purchase agreement for that home?
I did make her a lease agreement, so because all the bills are in my name, she needed to get her kid in school, and that was the way to get her kid in school.
And what were the terms of that lease agreement?
It was a month-to-month lease that she was gonna pay $600 towards the mortgage and help pay the electric and take care of the place.
Has she upheld her end of that bargain?
No, sir.
Have you received $600 a month in payment from her?
I received $600 once and then like $300 one month and $300 another month. Other than that, no, nothing else in the last year.
Okay. Did you serve her with a 30-day notice to quit?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Is it your request today that she be evicted so the property can properly be probated?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I have no further questions for Mr. Burke.
Ms. Trice, do you have any questions for Mr. Burke?
I do have some questions. I would like to know why we talked on on August 19th or 18th, and he told me personally that he did not want me to leave the property. That with the situation that was going on, my father had just passed away the day before. I came over to the house and we all had a conversation that we were supposed to sit down and talk about renewing an agreement. And he has yet to reach back out to me. I've reached out to him several times.
So you have to ask him a question. So do you have a question about that?
Yes, my question is why after we made that verbal agreement on the back porch, you haven't refused to reach out to me several times.
You guys have made no effort to help pay what you guys did.
I have agreed.
Hold on. This is not a back and forth. There's a structure. So you ask him a question, he answers, you get to ask him another question. Eventually you'll get to tell me what you want to tell me, but right now this is the procedure we had to follow. Okay? So why don't you go ahead and finish your answer?
They've made no attempt to make right what they told me they were gonna do.
All right. Do you have any follow-up questions?
My question is after all the utilities were included in the lease, why did you keep shutting every utility off and refuse to let me pay for the propane and harassed me about electric bill when I'm not the only one that's living at the property, me and my children and Greg. There was three other tenants living there at the time, and I was the only one being harassed about money.
3 other tenants, I had 1 other tenant there.
No,
and that was the
my
kid
brother-
Okay.
Is the kid that lived with me after my wife passed away.
Okay.
And I gave him a 30-day notice and he did the right thing and moved up.
My brother and my father both lived on the property until my brother still lives there. And my father just passed away
Your
on
Honor,
the
I
17th.
think we're
Do you have a question
testifying
for
again
him?
here.
No,
All right. Counsel, do you have any redirect?
No, Your Honor. I will call the defendant, though.
All right. Your next witness?
Yes, I call Brianna Trice.
Ms. Trice, will you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
yes.
May you put your hand down? Go ahead.
Ms. Trice, can you please state your full name for the record?
Brianna Gale Trice,
Ms. Trice, where are you currently residing?
3085 North 3 1/4 Road, Mystic, Michigan, 49668.
Who Who do you live in that property with?
I live with my children, Greg Richardson, and my brother, Zachary Ward.
Did you purchase the property that you're living in?
No,
To your knowledge, is your mother the owner of that property?
yes, sir.
You're aware that your mother passed away in January of 2022, is that correct?
Yes, January 8th, 2022.
And when your mother passed away, was she married?
Yes,
Okay. Do you have a current written lease agreement or rental agreement for the property you're living in?
I have a written lease agreement. Yes, I do.
When is that agreement dated?
For 10/1/2024, but I did not move on to the property till 10/8/2024.
Who is the um, who is the landlord or the owner assigned to that?
The landlord is Kenneth Burke.
Okay, and who are the tenants?
Me, my 3 children, and Greg Richardson.
What was the agreed upon rent that needed to be paid pursuant to that agreement?
$600 a month, all utilities included.
Since the date of signing, have you paid $600 a month to Ken Burke for that property?
I paid $1,000 in October when I moved in.
Just a yes or no. Have you paid $600 a month?
Not every
Yeah.
month, no.
Okay. Approximately how many months have you paid $600 a month?
4.
Okay. And it'll be 12 months in next week, correct?
It'll be 12 months in October, yes.
Okay. Did you receive a notice to quit mailed to the property?
Yes,
And were you served with a notice of the current hearing?
yes,
Are you of the understanding that this property is owned by your mother's estate
yes,
and that your mother left a spouse and 4 other children,
yes,
and that the estate is responsible for preserving whatever assets your mother had so that her heirs can be taken care of according to the laws in the state of Michigan?
yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear an answer there.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Do you have any further proofs?
I don't, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Trice, this is your opportunity now. What would you like me to know about the situation?
What was that?
This is your opportunity to tell me what you would like me to know.
I had moved in October 8th, 2024, with the agreement of paying $600 a month. We came with the lease. He came like 3 or 4 days after I moved in. We signed the lease. My lease does say all utilities included. He then turned off the gas and refused to let me pay for it in December. I have a whole bunch of receipts from December till current. He then turned off the electricity in April. And I have all my receipts for my utilities. And then he turned off the garbage. He stopped paying garbage, 2 months ago, and I've been paying that. That's pretty much it. I have my receipt book. I paid $1,000 January, or not January, I paid $1,000 on 10/8/2024 cash, 600 November or 9th, 2024 cash, $300 in December, December 10th, 2024 cash. Paid him $300 cash in January, $300 in Venmo. And I had money for February and he never came and picked it up. And then he's been harassing me and threatening me ever since then.
Okay. Anything else you'd like me to know?
No, sir.
Counsel, do you have any cross-examination?
Briefly, Your Honor, Ms. Trice, based on what you just stated, is you haven't paid rent since February of 25, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. No, I have no further questions, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Trice, do you have any other proofs or witnesses you want me to hear from?
The witness I would have, it doesn't live in Michigan, but I'm on the phone with her all the time.
But they're not here today?
No.
All right. Is there anybody present that you'd like to call as a witness?
Greg Richardson.
All right, Mr. Richardson, will you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Trice, you can question Mr. Richardson. Do you have questions for him that you would, so you can ask him questions, get the information out to relate to me? I can't tell you what to say, but for example, you could say, what color is the sky today? And he'll tell me, well, I haven't seen the sky since it was daylight, but I think he'll tell me it's blue.
Okay, when we moved in October 8th, correct?
Yes.
And in December, the propane ran out and I contacted Mr. Burke about the propane and he told me he could not fill the propane because the propane was in my mother's name and that he couldn't afford it, correct?
Correct.
I offered to pay for the propane. He told me I'd have to give him the cash to put it on a card to pay for the propane, correct?
Correct.
Okay, April, he had the electricity turned off. Correct?
So I had to put on in my name.
And in between March and July, I have received several threatening and how would you say? Harassing text messages from him.
Correct. It was like a bully type.
I've been threatened to be put out and we would have nowhere to go. He told me that.
Objection, Your Honor. None of these are questions.
I'm going to sustain the objection. You have to ask him a question. You can't testify.
Okay, did he or did he not text me and tell me that he was gonna have the electricity shut off if I didn't pay the full electricity, correct?
Correct.
I have no further question.
All right, counsel, do you have any questions for Mr. Richardson?
Sure. Mr. Richardson, how are you related to this case?
It's my baby's mother. We live together.
Are you an owner of this property?
No.
Have you personally paid any rent money to Mr. Burke or to the estate in any way?
Yes.
How have you done that?
Through cash. No. When we first moved there, $1,000 I handed to him in his hand cash. And ever since then, the amount that we have paid,
So you just heard Ms. Trice testify, is that correct?
yes,
And she indicated that she paid $1,000 upon move-in, is that correct?
well, we are a couple, so I paid it out of my pocket to Kendall Burke.
Okay, so Ms. Trice did not pay it out of her own money, you paid it out of your own money, is that correct?
Yes, because I was on a lease.
Okay. Have you paid anything to Mr. Burke in the last 7 months?
No, because
No, just
I
yes or
felt
no.
like,
Just yes or no. Did you receive a notice to quit that was sent to you in the mail?
yes, it said all occupants, yes. So I
Okay.
consider I was an occupant,
And that was more than 30 days ago?
yes,
Okay, and you also received notice of the court date today, is that correct?
yes.
Okay. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Trice, do you have any follow-up questions based off of what plaintiff's counsel had asked?
No.
All right. Do you have any other proofs you'd like me to consider, either through documents or witness testimony?
I have my lease, I have all my, propane receipts, I have my electricity bill receipts, or my electricity bills. I have the log that I have kept from day one of moving in of the rent that I have paid.
And do you want me to consider any of that?
Yes, please.
All right. What would you like me to consider?
The utilities for the consumer's energy, the propane. And the rent.
Okay. Counsel, any objection to the court receiving those?
Yes, Your Honor, I'll object to all the receipts on the grounds of relevance. They have no bearing on who owns this property, on if an eviction is proper or not. If she has receipts where she'd like reimbursement, the proper venue for that would be the probate court, that she could petition to be a creditor against the estate. But in this present landlord-tenant matter, there's no relevance to any of those.
And it's true, you're not seeking back rent, you're just seeking possession, is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, the court finds that those documentations are not relevant, so I won't receive them. Is there anything else you'd like me to consider?
No.
All right. Any argument, Mr. Rell?
Yes, Your Honor. So the
Or
testimony.
let me ask you, do you have any rebuttal testimony?
I don't, Your Honor.
All right, argument then?
Your Honor, the testimony today shows exactly as my client has indicated to the court. The owner of this property is the estate of Sarah McGee Burke. The personal representative of that estate is the plaintiff, Kenneth Burke. The probate court has awarded him the power to marshal, preserve, sell, transfer, mortgage, or otherwise deal with the property at hand, which is an asset of the probate estate. The current tenant has not paid rent for what will now be 7 months. Even before that, she did not pay the proper amount of rent. Any lease agreement was thereby violated. In addition, the testimony today shows that it's a month-to-month tenancy, which means a 30-day notice to quit is plenty of notice to sever any lease agreement that may have existed. As a result, the tenant has no right to be there. She has no standing to remain in the property. It is the plaintiff's right as the personal representative to evict Ms. Trice and to do what he determines is in the best interest of the estate from there. We ask, Your Honor, that you would evict Ms. Trice along with all occupants of the property. We would ask for 15 days. If we have to do 30 days, given that there is a family, I believe that's reasonable. And and sign an order to that effect.
Did I hear you say you're asking for 15, but you would not object to the 30?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Trice, any argument?
I am actually 9 months pregnant. I am due, my due date is October 24th. I have a scheduled C-section for October 22nd. I mean, I don't know if 30 days is actually gonna be honestly long enough with me being due anytime.
All right. Anything else you'd like me to consider?
Just the pregnancy and the children, that's it.
And a rebuttal, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
All right. The court does find, and I am taking judicial notice of some documentation I have in the file. One is land records, the assessment records showing that the property is owned by a Sarah A. McGee. I also have in my file letters of personal representative for the estate of Sarah Ann McGee Burke that were authorized by the Wexford County Probate Court, naming Mr. Kenneth Burke as the authorized personal representative of the estate. I also have an obituary for Ms. Burke indicating that she passed away unexpectedly January 8th of 2022. The court, hearing the testimony of the parties today, finds that there was a month-to-month lease with the amount of the monthly rent in the amount of $600. The testimony varies a little bit as to the amount that was actually received, but it does agree that there has not been rent received in quite a few months. So I do find that it is proper for the plaintiff to take possession of the property. I also find that the notice to quit, at least the copy received in my file, indicates that it was served on the defendant March 18th, 2025. So I do understand the argument made regarding the birth of a child rather soon. The fact remains that the defendant was served notice of the termination back in March. Normally, I would give 10 days, but the plaintiffs has indicated that they would not object to 30 days. So I am ordering that the property be vacated on or before October 25th. The defendant may be liable for any money damages after moving out. Acceptance of partial rent will not prevent the eviction. No money judgment enters at this time. Counsel, is there anything else in the judgment you would like to see?
Your Honor, I just to confirm 4B will be checked, I believe, in that order.
Yes, 4B for October 25th, 2025.
Perfect.
If you're not moved out by that date, they can request a court order to actually physically remove you from the property.
Thank you, Your Honor. No, that's all I wanted to make sure that was noted, that we'll file for a writ after those 30 days for the sheriff to come to the property.
Okay. Parties can go to the front window where you checked in and get a copy of that judgment. And we are adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Hey, thanks for watching. Please do let us know in the comments what you thought of this video. If you'd like to support what we do here, the best way to do it is to pick up some of our merch. You can find it at courtroomfiles.com.